Good evening, and welcome to International Medical Corps' 2021 Virtual Annual Award Celebration. Thank you for joining us tonight. I know we'd all hoped to be together in person this year to celebrate, but as always, we have a terrific program for you. We promise an inspiring evening that will end before the hour is up. I'm Jarl Mohn, a long-time supporter of the International Medical Corps, along with my wife, Pamela. And for many years, we've been impressed by the courage and the reach of this incredible organization. As you know, the International Medical Corps works on the front lines of the most difficult and dangerous humanitarian crises in the world. And they stay to train and strengthen local healthcare systems so that communities are better prepared to take advantage and take care of themselves. You'll see tonight that the International Medical Corps' global impact is extraordinary and a true beacon of hope in today's world. Its more than 7,300 staff members work together across 30 countries to reach people whose lives have been struck by disaster. Over the past year and a half, we've been especially grateful to see their work supporting communities hit the hardest by COVID-19, right here at home in Los Angeles and throughout the United States. And this is all done with your invaluable support and partnership. So thank you again for tuning in tonight to show your support for the International Medical Corps, and thank you for standing together with us every single day.
We are beautiful. We are hurting. We are healing. We are a kaleidoscope across the shifting landscape, scattered but united, broken and resilient. We are looking for home, praying for peace, clinging to hope. Together, we endure so much. Together, we face such uncertainty. But together, we can see through the dark. Together, we remind each other, you are not alone. And together, we make miracles happen. Because there are places that can only be reached together. There are things that can only be done together. And in a world that needs the best of each of us, we are always stronger, braver, and healthier together.
I'm honored to be part of this special global community. This event always serves as a powerful reminder of how connected we are around the world and why we must never give up on each other, no matter how challenging things get. Tonight, we're going to be honoring those who exemplify the courage and the determination who day in and day out never give up. Dr. Abdou Sebushishe of South Sudan, Nurse Yvonne Groenhout from Oregon, and our longtime supporter, FedEx. And we thankfully have formidable leaders who guide us through these hard times. Leaders like Aossey, International Medical Corps' President and CEO. Since becoming CEO 35 years ago, Nancy has led the International Medical Corps through many tough challenges, with a willingness to go where others wouldn't go and do things others wouldn't do, all the while focusing on training and ensuring people have the knowledge and the skills to grow. From boots on the ground in war zones like Somalia, Rwanda, Bosnia, and so many other places in the early days, to overseeing this organization's worldwide COVID-19 response today, Nancy has been unrelenting in her service to humanity, leading a global team responsible for improving lives of tens of millions of people. Please welcome my dear friend and huge inspiration to all of us, Nancy Aossey.
Thank you, Jarl. And hello, friends. We hope to be together in person, but we thought it safer to come together virtually one more time. So thanks for showing up for us tonight. As Jarl said, our colleagues around the world risk their lives on the front lines of our work, whether we're working in Afghanistan, Syria, Nigeria, or right here in Los Angeles. It's the people who make our organization so exceptional. Today, we're a team of many thousands united by a shared purpose to save lives and improve the health of communities around the world. Here are just a few of our incredible colleagues on the front lines.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Marhaba.
Hola.
Hi.
Come here.
Marhaba. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
My colleagues and I wish we could be there with you in person.
But we are so happy that you have joined this celebration for International Medical Corps.
Your support means so much to us.
You mean so much to us.
This past year and a half has been especially challenging.
We serve the most vulnerable people in our communities, and this has been made only more difficult by the pandemic.
Working at the front line can be heartbreaking.
But it's also very rewarding and even joyful.
Because we get to see what a difference we're making in people's lives every single day.
We get to see people's lives saved and changed for the better.
And we love our work.
The best part is knowing that we can rely on each other and that we are truly in this together.
And that you are standing with us.
We cannot do this work without you.
We cannot do this without you.
We could not do this work without you.
You are family to us.
Your support keeps us going.
So, from all of us.
From all of us.
From all of us.
From all of us.
From all of us at International Medical Corps, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have reaffirmed our commitment tenfold during COVID-19. At the same time, we've continued to carry out all of our ongoing health programs, galvanizing our biggest emergency response to date. Within days of the pandemic being declared in March 2020, we were operating in Southern California. We then expanded our help to epicenters in New York, Chicago, Detroit, and Texas. We supported overwhelmed hospitals with emergency medical field units, clinical volunteers and medicines, supplies, and personal protective equipment. We also launched our COVID-19 vaccination activities, deploying field units and volunteer vaccinators in South Los Angeles, Puerto Rico, and Texas. And the fight continues. Here in the US, we're fortunate to have vaccines, but many other countries where we work are suffering devastating outbreaks and facing dire vaccine shortages. Worldwide, the impacts of COVID-19 will be felt for years to come. We're seeing increases in global malnutrition and extreme poverty, interruptions to life-saving immunization programs for children and maternal health care for women, and a surging need for mental health care. Our frontline health workers, the best line of defense for the most vulnerable communities, continue to need our help. I know we have a long way to go, but I remain hopeful. I've seen how people surrounded by chaos and loss pick up the pieces and rebuild. I know how tiny steps can lead to unstoppable momentum when we work together.
The coronavirus forcing millions more Americans into virtual lockdown.
A ferocious third wave is sweeping across Africa.
In the Philippines, thousands are being evacuated as the country prepares for a third typhoon in as many weeks.
A new case of the Ebola virus has been detected in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo.
Beirut has been hit by a massive explosion.
It has been 10 years since a people's uprising in Syria.
Hello, I'm Sienna Miller, and I'm a Global Ambassador for International Medical Corps. Thank you so much for being with us tonight to support this fantastic organization. The news from so many corners of the world right now is heartbreaking. Sometimes it can feel like the problems we face are too many and too big to solve. So I wanted to let you know that there is a way to help. I've seen International Medical Corps on the front lines, and I can tell you that they are deeply committed to their communities. They continue to provide vital services and support, even in the face of crisis and uncertainty. In Afghanistan, where we've been working since our founding in 1984, we're providing healthcare services and training throughout the country. In Lebanon, where a catastrophic economic crisis has the healthcare system at the breaking point, we're providing medical and mental health services. And in the US and 30 countries around the world, we are helping treat COVID-19, as well as provide vaccinations, life-saving equipment, and supplies. Our global work continues despite the many challenges we face. And it's times like these when your support means so much to us and to the people we serve. Working together, we are helping those who are suffering. We are letting them know that whatever they face, we are with them. They are not alone. Thank you for being the hope we need right now. Your support makes all the difference.
Thank you, Sienna. It's so true. In many ways, we as a global community are facing more challenges than ever on any given day. I remember at one point this summer, we were launching emergency responses to 4 simultaneous crises: the fall of Afghanistan, a deadly surge of COVID-19 along the southern border in Texas, the outbreak of conflict in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, and a deadly earthquake in Haiti. It's another reminder that we must be prepared for whatever comes. This June, International Medical Corps took a big step forward in our preparedness capabilities when we were classified by the World Health Organization as an emergency medical team, or EMT, type 1 provider. One of only a few organizations in the world to achieve this. In August, after the earthquake in Haiti, we deployed our type 1 EMT fixed facility for the first time. Let's take a look.
There was a 7.2 magnitude earthquake that hit Haiti on August 14th, which left about 650,000 people in need of assistance.
There was a huge need for not only shelter, because people's houses got destroyed, a lot of the wells got destroyed, ways to make food. There were also people that were coming in that were suffering from acute stress disorder or depression or just plain old grief. We also found that there was a huge spike in cases of gender-based violence.
We were located in a town called Akin, which lost the functionality of their hospital. So they went without healthcare until we were able to set up our unit. We were asked to set up our emergency medical team, our EMT type 1, which serves 100 outpatients a day. It truly was an impressive sight to see. We had triage, we had 2 full consultation tents. We had up to 5 physicians, 7 nurses, seeing and treating patients. Our focus is really to be able to bring the care back to the local population. We started transitioning while we were there to hiring and working with local doctors and nurses to provide that support for their own community.
The people of Haiti are incredibly resilient. I have really high hopes that we and they will come out of this disaster stronger than they've ever been.
Our ability to support our staff and respond rapidly in crises, as in Haiti, relies heavily on our supporters. And tonight, we want to recognize one of our longest standing and most significant collaborations, the one that we share with FedEx. When disaster strikes, our first call is often to FedEx, and they always answer the call. Like International Medical Corps, it is the people of FedEx who power their steadfast commitment to making the world better. For many years, FedEx stood shoulder to shoulder with us as courageous first responders on the front lines. We're really excited to honor FedEx tonight with our Global Citizen Award in recognition of our many collaborations. Thank you to the entire FedEx Global family for believing in International Medical Corps and for making your extraordinary life-saving support truly count.
When disaster strikes, speed saves lives. That's why International Medical Corps is grateful to collaborate with FedEx, a global company deeply committed to excellence and truly dedicated to meeting the needs of people around the world. When Hurricane Matthew struck Haiti in 2016, FedEx was there, helping International Medical Corps deliver supplies to devastated communities to prevent outbreaks of disease. In 2018, when Ebola hit the Democratic Republic of the Congo, FedEx was there, shipping 30,000 pounds of medical shelters, equipment, and other relief supplies to help us fight the deadly outbreak. Here in the United States, when Hurricane Michael ravaged the Florida coast, FedEx was there, providing the global logistics and supply chain expertise to help us move emergency medical field units and equipment to communities where local health facilities had been destroyed. And as the world has faced a global pandemic, FedEx has been with us on the front lines, helping us get personal protective equipment, emergency medical field units, medical supplies, and more to those battling COVID-19 across the United States. And now FedEx is helping our teams support the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines in many of the most vulnerable countries around the world. From Pakistan to the Bahamas, from Lebanon to the DRC, FedEx has been making what's tough a little easier, with shipping, warehousing, supply chain expertise, and funds that make it possible for our staff to reach the most vulnerable people in some of the most remote and underserved places in the world. Whenever and wherever we need them most, FedEx is there. Our collaboration with FedEx has been truly outstanding.
And now let's welcome Tim Wertner from FedEx.
Hi, I'm Tim Wertner, Senior Vice President of our Western Division Operations at FedEx. On behalf of our 560,000 FedEx team members, I'd like to sincerely thank International Medical Corps for honoring FedEx with your Global Citizen Award. The work you do makes a significant impact, helping so many people around the world, from responding to disasters to providing personal protective equipment in support of pandemic relief. You and your team members are pouring out your lives daily to make the world a better place. Again, thank you for this incredible recognition. We are truly honored to be counted as one of your sponsors.
This is the incredible story of Dr. Robert Simon in the International Medical Corps, which is headquartered right here in Los Angeles.
The men and women of the International Medical Corps. It's in the best tradition of American idealism.
Helping people in remote places and tough places like Afghanistan, but helping them help themselves.
There are 13,500 humanitarian aid workers here in Darfur. What may surprise you is that the majority of them are actually from Sudan and are not Westerners. The importance of this is that when organizations leave Sudan, these local clinics will continue to operate with local staff.
Ebola treatment units are being built as fast as possible. One of them is run by an American relief group, the International Medical Corps.
Since they opened in mid-September, they've treated more than 200 patients.
It's been 5.5 weeks since Hurricane Dorian devastated the Bahamas.
The International Medical Corps, volunteer doctors and nurses are taking patients in tents at the site of a destroyed clinic.
The Florida Department of Health has also contracted with the International Medical Corps to obtain additional resources for assistance, including 50 nurses, 2 hospital emergency department teams, and 1 emergency hospital.
Now, these right here are the medical triage units provided by International Medical Corps, which will add 16 additional beds to this facility.
What we decided was we were going to send a team down here to help vaccinate.
They mount a quick response to a crisis because they have built capacity at the local level. They really have helped people move from relief to self-reliance.
All told, they've directed more than $1 billion in assistance and training worldwide. They've touched millions of lives from Somalia to the Balkans to Haiti and Japan.
In so many places that I've been, I've seen IMC right on the front lines with their sleeves rolled up, just working in conditions which are hard to imagine.
The pharmaceutical company, AbbVie, is actually donating $25 million to the International Medical Corps.
And I just want to express my deep appreciation to the International Medical Corps for your partnership in fighting COVID-19 here in California.
These are people who are on the ground. They're out there committed to helping the people in the most need.
The COVID pandemic has devastated communities around the world. But remember, the International Medical Corps is helping those communities rebuild and recover. And if you are able to, and you would like to help them in their global outreach, please donate whatever you can.
Hi there, I'm Genevieve Angelson. I am a longtime passionate super fan of the International Medical Corps. I'm excited to announce the next award of the evening, the Dr. Henry Hood Distinguished Service Award. During his extraordinary life, Dr. Hood helped shape the International Medical Corps into what it is today. He took part in early missions to Afghanistan to train Afghan medics and served as one of the most trusted founding board members and volunteers for over 35 years. In memory of Dr. Hood and his remarkable legacy and impact on humanity, we are presenting this year's Distinguished Service Award to a U.S. frontline healthcare worker who embodies his lifelong commitment to service and training, Yvonne Groenhout. Based out of Salem, Oregon, Yvonne has been an intensive care unit nurse for 26 years, and for the past year and a half, she has served on the front lines of the battle against COVID-19. Last spring, she volunteered with International Medical Corps in Ingalls Memorial Hospital, an overwhelmed facility located in a low-income neighborhood in the heart of Chicago. And this May, she volunteered with us at the Kedron Community Health Center, vaccinating an underserved population in South Central Los Angeles. Most recently, she deployed with our emergency response team to Haiti to provide healthcare for survivors of the latest earthquake and tropical storm. Through it all, Yvonne has worked tirelessly treating COVID-19 patients in her hospital's ICU, which is now facing another devastating wave of the pandemic. Yvonne represents the hundreds of health workers who volunteered with International Medical Corps during our COVID response here in the U.S., and at the same time, she exhibits all the qualities that Dr. Hood exemplified. She is committed at her core, humble without exception, and absolutely dedicated to making the world a better place day by day. We are delighted to present her with the 2021 Dr. Henry Hood Distinguished Service Award.
Please welcome Yvonne Groenhout.
Hi, thank you so much for this incredible honor. I am touched and humbled. This past year and a half has been really, really hard for frontline healthcare workers like me. As an ICU nurse of over 26 years, I never imagined I would be in a global pandemic with such unrelenting death and suffering. This pandemic has tested us, and it continues to test us in ways we never thought possible. While the world is trying for some normalcy right now, those of us in the ICUs and the EDs continue to prepare for the battle that looms ahead. It is far from over, and we can't let our guard down yet. But we persevere with support from people like you. So, to everyone here tonight, a big thank you for your continued support. It really means a lot to us. I also want to let you know how much International Medical Corps means to me. It is an organization that I absolutely love. I believe in it. I donate to it. And it's because at the beginning of this pandemic, I felt helpless as I witnessed what was happening around the country. But I had this overwhelming desire to do something. IMC empowered me to take that action, and it has been an honor and a privilege to work with them and so many other wonderful volunteers. As a volunteer, I get to represent you and all that we strive for, to treat everyone, anyone, the way we want to be treated, with kindness, professionalism, and empathy. Finally, I want to give a big thank you to my husband, Ed, for his awesome support of my volunteer work with IMC. We had always talked about doing work like this someday. But it wasn't until the death of our daughter a few years ago that we truly understood that we are not guaranteed tomorrow. IMC allows all of us, to fulfill that need today, to serve the underserved, to make just that little bit of difference in the world. For that, I am truly grateful. So for this award that I share with all my fellow volunteers and medical colleagues around the world, a big thank you again. And for those of you who continue to support our work, you truly keep us going. Thank you again.
Wow, what an inspiration she is. Well, friends, I hope you are enjoying the evening so far. I now have the pleasure of welcoming our next guest, a personal hero and a really great friend, Dr. Bob Simon. As many of you know, Dr. Simon is the founder of the International Medical Corps, the visionary behind this entire operation. As a young UCLA resident, Dr. Simon upended the humanitarian relief model in the mid-1980s. When other NGOs were clustered on the Pakistani border serving refugees, Dr. Simon and his fellow volunteers were alone in daring to go inside Soviet-occupied Afghanistan to reach suffering civilians. It was Dr. Simon who realized that rather than relying on American volunteers to deliver medical relief, it'd be much more effective and sustainable to train Afghans to serve their own communities. It was Dr. Simon who made this training model the very organizing principle of the International Medical Corps, so that today 95% of its staff are hired directly from the communities it serves, ensuring that life-saving knowledge and skills stay where they're most needed. And it's Dr. Simon who's always quick to remind us that we're all in this together. Welcome, Bob.
Good evening, and thank you for being part of this celebration tonight. Every year, I get to present one of the many exceptional local frontline workers with our Founders Award. This brings me so much joy, as it is our colleagues around the world who embody International Medical Corps' mission. Many of them have endured unthinkable hardships and yet have gone out to serve others. They do it with passion, with courage, and with optimism. This dedication cannot be engineered. It comes from truly belonging and believing in the resilience of one's own community. We are here because of them. This year, I am thrilled to present our Founders Award to Dr. Abdou Sebushishe, our medical director in South Sudan. Dr. Abdou has been on the front lines of humanitarian crises in Afghanistan, Rwanda, Liberia, and during the Ebola outbreak. And when COVID-19 hit last year, Dr. Abdou was ready. He quickly put a national response plan in place, coordinating treatment facilities and providing clinical training to doctors and nurses across South Sudan. He also supervised one of the largest clinical isolation facilities in the country. Despite his supervisory role, he still makes time to provide constant training for medical colleagues and to meet and treat patients himself. We are delighted to present Dr. Abdou with this year's Founders Award.
When I was growing up in the city of Goma, in the Eastern Republic of Congo, and I was only 9 years old when the genocide against the Tutsis happened in Rwanda. There was a huge number of refugees that were displaced. As a consequence, there was an outbreak of cholera. There were dead bodies everywhere. And I told my parents, I will become a doctor. I want to become something that I can help people with this treatable disease. After I became a medical doctor in 2011, I started working in rural hospitals in Rwanda. And then in 2014, the outbreak of Ebola started in West Africa. And as a first batch of people who were sent in West Africa, I help in training a lot of more humanitarians who join the fight against Ebola.
This is a gentleman. He feels for you. He feels for your pain. This is a person who understands. When you come to him and say, Dr. Abdou, this is what I'm facing, he will always come with a solution.
And when the Ebola outbreak ended in West Africa, I joined the International Medical Corps mission in South Sudan. So our vision is to contribute as much as possible by providing the necessary support to the Ministry of Health to ensure we build the best health system in South Sudan, ensuring that the best quality services are provided.
Dr. Abdou has been a very supportive colleague. Me as a person who is a young South Sudanese who is new in the humanitarian field, I learn a lot from Dr. Abdou.
I think he's someone who can fight, even cannot sleep if there is something wrong. He makes sure he fights for it, he makes sure he fixes it.
Dr. Abdou has contributed significantly to the improvement of the health docket in this mission. And you can see we're all shining simply because of Dr. Abdou's contribution.
And now I have the opportunity to deliver my best, my skills to relieve the suffering of other human beings.
Please welcome Dr. Abdou Sebushishe.
Hello, friends. Thank you so much for this honor. I'm deeply humbled to be recognized for doing work that I love. From a very young age, I knew that I was meant to be a doctor. And working with International Medical Corps has allowed me to fulfill my life purpose. And for that, I'm grateful. This award belongs to the entire South Sudan team for their commitment to delivering the best humanitarian services under extremely difficult circumstances. The need here are huge, and every day is a new challenge. But the work we are doing is rewarding and makes difference in so many people's life. People who wouldn't otherwise have any access to life-saving services. I'm so proud to be part of such compassionate and dedicated team, both here in South Sudan and globally. To our donors, thank you for believing in us and helping us make a difference. To my colleague at International Medical Corps and all of you who believe in us, thank you.
Oh, wow. Such an inspirational and emotional video. Dr. Abdou and Nurse Yvonne are real-life examples of everyday heroes with resilience to press ahead, bring hope, and make a difference in their communities.
I couldn't agree more. Good evening. We're the Perlmutters, Aaron and Tanya. We're extremely passionate supporters of International Medical Corps. And each year we find ourselves in awe of what the organization is able to accomplish around the world, even in the midst of a global pandemic. Tanya and I first became involved with International Medical Corps 10 years ago. At that time, and still to this very day, we are drawn to the reach of the organization and its focus on sustainability. From our perspective, there is no other organization like International Medical Corps. We are so proud and honored to support the individuals who each and every day are saving lives and training communities for reliance and to recover from natural disaster and crisis. We wish we were all together to celebrate in person. Wouldn't that be amazing? But we'd like this moment, the 2021 Annual Awards event, to be a call to action where we come together, recognize the amazing courage of the healthcare professionals around the world, and we give generously.
The Barth family are longtime supporters of International Medical Corps, and Andy serves on the board. Andy and Avery have put forth a challenge. They have generously offered to match $50,000 of text-to-pledge donation. So we all have a goal to meet tonight.
And we're going to meet that goal.
That's right.
Whether you're at home or elsewhere, there is little doubt your cell phone is within reach. So grab it and make your text to pledge this evening to International Medical Corps. Get your phone. All right, here's how we do it. Instructions are coming onto the screen now. Simply start a new text message, and in the phone number field, type 41444. Then in the message, type the word medical, then a space, then your donation amount without a $sign. If you want to include your name, you may, or you might type anonymous. Either way, add a space and add your name or anonymous, then type a little message, and then hit send.
I'm going to do this right now. 41444 to the phone number. Then in the message, the word medical, then a space and dollar amount. We're going to do 500. Then our names, Aaron and Tanya, and a quick message. Thank you, International Medical Corps. I'm hitting send. Then I'll get to see my message appear below. Our friends at International Medical Corps will follow up with instructions on how to fulfill your pledge.
So easy. Let's do it. Come on, get into it. Tanya and I want to thank everyone for joining us for this support and energy for this amazing organization.
And while you're sending your text, we're pleased to introduce the LA Doctors Orchestra with a special performance for us this evening. Enjoy.
It's one of the functions of the Doctor Symphony to do concerts for medical charities, and we're delighted to be able to present this concert for the International Medical Corps.
You know, during the pandemic, I realized that music heals and music gives hope. And I realized that during this dark time, music is really a medication for this time of depression in a way. So I think it's a wonderful thing for a group of doctors and their friends to gather together to kind of deliver this message with their profession and their passion.
There's just something really special about sitting down every week and working together on the same thing. And it's tough and challenging, and that really brings people together.
I've had experience on surgical missions on all the continents, and I recognize the importance of what gets done on the ground. Same skills are needed: the dedication, the hard work, and sitting back then at the end, if you ever have time to, and say, look what we've done. It's good work.
Hi, everybody. This is comedian Maz Jobrani. I appreciate you all supporting International Medical Corps. People like you make this organization work. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the doctors earlier. They're not just doctors. They're smart enough to be musicians. I'm a comedian. I can't play music. I'm not a doctor. I'm just here to say thank you. So thank you. Keep supporting, and hope to see you all soon, somewhere in the world. Bye.
Hi, my name is Judy Greer, and I am a very proud supporter of International Medical Corps. I had the honor of seeing International Medical Corps' work firsthand after the devastating hurricane in Puerto Rico. International Medical Corps' courageous frontline workers are helping people in crisis all over the world, including the US, to heal, recover, and rebuild their lives, providing maternal and reproductive health care, mental health services, and treatment and vaccinations for COVID-19. No matter where, International Medical Corps is there. So please join me in supporting this amazing, amazing organization. Thank you.
We have great news. We're thrilled to tell you that tonight you have given more than $1,036,000 to support our critical work. Together, we're building a better world.
Hi again. We want to say a huge thank you to everyone who donated tonight. Flexible funds like those that you have provided are absolutely crucial to ensuring that the International Medical Corps has the ability to go where it's most needed as quickly as possible, because we don't know when disaster will strike, but when it does, every moment counts. Your support means more malnourished children will get life-saving services, more mothers will receive critical maternal health care, more people will be screened and vaccinated for COVID-19, and that International Medical Corps will be more prepared to respond to the next disaster. So thank you again for working together to support the International Medical Corps' global relief efforts. Every single dollar adds up, and it makes a huge difference.
Every day we wake up to build the world we want to see. A world that is safe and peaceful. A world that is just and equitable. A world that works for everyone and leaves no one behind. We know this world is possible. Today we stand on the brink of transformation. In these changing and challenging times, we are ready to write a new story for humanity, one that is healthier, happier, and more compassionate. This will take courage and commitment. It will take imagination and creativity. It will take each of us doing our part, and all of us working together, knowing that we can count on one another, knowing that we won't give up on each other, knowing that when it's needed most, help will arrive, and that whatever comes, we will face it together.
In a world that keeps throwing us challenges, we'll keep finding ways to support each other, believe in each other, and stand up for each other. As we wrap up our time together tonight, I want to thank you, Jarl, for being our MC with so much style. My thanks to our honorees, our partners, as well as the LA Doctors Orchestra, and to our staff who worked very hard to make tonight happen. And I want to thank each of you. So stay safe, stay healthy, and stay hopeful, and celebrate your power to make a difference. Thanks again, and have a good evening.